everyone, this is Felicia Bender, the Practical Numerologist, with your numerology forecast for the 3 personal year for September 2022. So if you are new to numerology and you don't know or maybe you're unsure about your personal year number, please take a moment, head to FeliciaBender.com. You might already be there listening from that platform, and yet take a moment to click on Monthly Forecast. There is a calculator there that will calculate your personal year number right there so that you can make sure that you are listening to the correct forecast, because this is based on your personal year number, not on your life path number. 2 different things in numerology, so we want to make sure that you are listening to the right forecast, right place, right time. Okay, so now we're going to dive right in. We're diving right into your 3 personal year in September, because September is a crescendo month in your 3 personal year. September is a peak month to reflect and act upon all of your 3 personal year themes of self-improvement, of creativity, emotional self-expression, fun, social activity, and getting up close and personal with your emotional intelligence, right, during your 3 personal year. So every year in September, each of us experiences a peak or a crescendo in the energy of our particular personal year. So why? Why is that? Why, Felicia? So why is that? Because September is a number 9. It is the 9th month of the year. And whenever you add 9 with any other number and then reduce it to a 1-digit number, as we do in numerology, the result is always going to be what you started with. A little magical math fact here. So for those of you who are mathematically inclined, probably you're going to say, no kidding, I already knew that. Most of you, which that would have been me included, I'm totally not a math wizard at all. like that's the last thing I am. It's a fun fact. So this basically means that whenever the 9 shows up in an addition problem, it basically disappears. So let's just do an example. I don't want to bend your brain too much, and it's easier to actually see this on a piece of paper than it is to listen to it. But for example, let's do 9 plus 1. So 9 plus 1 equals 10, and 1 plus 0 equals 1. So in this very simple configuration, you would look at 9 plus 1, just block out the 9, and you would already have your answer. It's 1. In that simple math problem. Now let's do another random example with bigger numbers, right? You can do this with big numbers, small numbers, any number. Let's just, as again, random example, 7,430 plus 9. What would that be? So it would be, if you do that, you go 7,430 plus 9 equals 7,439. Then you pull that apart and go 7 plus 4 plus 3 plus 9 equals 23, and 2 plus 3 equals 5. Now, if we add 9 to that 1-digit reduction of 7,430, which we knew is 5, right? We just did the calculation for 5. If we keep adding that, 5 plus 9 equals 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5. So you're getting that, the original number, no matter how you go about it, okay? So you can see that no matter how high or how low the number, you could be in the billions, trillions, and add 9 to it, and you still are getting what you started out with. So adding 9 will always result in the same number that it was set up there against, or put up next to, so to speak. So simply put, as this affects your year, your personal year, this is a time where the energy and issues related to your personal year come to a peak. Now it's, and again, why is that? Because for you it's a 3 personal year and a 3 personal month. So you can run, but you can't hide from all of the work you've been doing in this theme during your 3 personal years. So now's the time where it all starts coming together like a beautiful score to a contemporary opera, right? So there is a burst of renewed creative energy waiting for you this month, begging you to use it. So optimism, expansion, creativity, emotional self-expression, you're getting all of this plus some in spades this month. So really, really use it. Please, it's at your disposal. So the optimistic and energetic vibe of the 3 is doubly upon you right now. So enjoy every minute of it. And if you're in your groove, you're really feeling empowered and vital, energized, living with a renewed sense of passionate purpose. And, perhaps if you're not feeling this sort of elation, then it's more than likely because of some bouts of self-doubt, a little unresolved emotional stuff that's being brought up for your review and for you to deal with it, right, differently. And so if this is the case, this month needs to be one big, giant, accelerated, energetic, clearing therapy, psychic cleanse, okay? And it's your moment. It is your moment. So the energy of the 3 challenges us to walk through the dark places and infuse light into it. So this means that you've most likely been handed a few humdingers this year. Let's just... right? You're like, let me tell you about it, Felicia. So seriously, but it's probably really tried and tested your emotional acuity and prodded you to move through with grace and healthy humor, maybe some levity, but expression, communication, feeling the feelings rather than just thinking about them, right? So within all of this creative soul searching, remember that September is the time to get out, enjoy life in whatever way you can. It's a great time to make new friends, renew the acquaintances of some long-time friends that you haven't seen in a while, maybe some travel, just some more socializing. Anything in that realm is very, very supported this month. There are going to be many chances, particularly around September 18th, to develop your creative side even more so, as well as your verbal skills. Focus on continued development of your expressive powers and bringing your creative force field into the mix in whatever you do. So be ready to travel on a moment's notice, possibly around September 2nd or 11th. Again, travel has undergone, exchanges this year. So there's still ways to change scenery, get out and about. A lot of travel opportunities that are opening up right now, so take advantage of it. This is also a time where I'd encourage you to actually pay attention to the proper care and maintenance of your outer appearance. So take the time to pamper yourself with perhaps a new haircut, some other service, maybe a bolstering of your wardrobe, something of that nature. The 3 really is also about refining your outer appearance. So keep your eyes open for new and unusual opportunities to expand your horizons in unexpected directions. So there'll be many chances this month, particularly around the 18th, to develop your creative side as well as, again, those verbal skills. So the energy of the month is supportive of all involvement in acting, in singing, writing, anything related to performance or any kind of performative field that lights you up. Understand that your creative and communicative abilities are really at an all-time high in September. So if you've been waiting for the green light, this is it. I know that many of you are creators, right? Content creators. You are musicians, artists, actors, dancers, all of the creative arts this is your year, really. And if you're not, you're like, hey, Felicia, I'm an engineer. This is the last thing I want to do. If you're an engineer or an engineering mind, right, it's more about bringing your creative problem solving into the mix, your creativity, and infusing that. And then it's also about your self-improvement, expressing yourself through your relationships, through your emotional life. So it does work in that way when you're not in the artistic or creative fields overall. So it really means being curious about and open to possibilities. So I would ask you, if you're ready to experiment, give it a go. Know that you kind of could probably feel one of two ways. There are many more ways than two, but to break it down in September, because here we go, the energy of the three tests your sense of joy, optimism, and emotional self-expression. So you can feel elated, empowered, enthusiastic, confident, or you could kind of dip into feeling insecure or depressive, a little pessimistic, a little fearful. It's been one of those funny years, hasn't it? Up and down and all around. So, most likely it's a volley, a little bit back and forth right now. And yet this is going to be at a peak for you in your 3 personal month and your 3 personal year here in September. The issue here is in feeling more emotionally sensitive and vulnerable, perhaps a little raw. So that's what you're going to be working with this month. And so also sometimes you can experience all of these feelings within a 24-hour time span, or I don't know, let's be honest, within a 2-minute time span, all these feelings. So up, down, all around. The challenge is to focus on the upside, to enunciate the problem, and yet focus on the solution. So this can also be focused not so much on your career. Perhaps your point of contact is more intensely focused on how you engage emotionally in your personal and your relationship life. So are you experiencing a relationship turning point where you need to be more honest and authentic about expressing yourself and your feelings? Do you need to be more direct? Do you need to make a decision? Those are things that could be coming up to the front of the line this month. So make room for your own brilliance to manifest itself. Do you have a tendency to downplay your quirky amazingness, right? Or do you tend to flit along the surface and avoid digging in and getting real with yourself and with your endeavors? I ask these questions because that 3 personal year is calling you to own your stuff on every level. Take advantage of this time. Enjoy the opportunities for exploration. This is a peak month of inspiration for you in your creative life. Perhaps that shows up as completing the final chapter of your book. Maybe it's getting to the final stretch of recording that album, or even getting that magical call letting you know that your project has gotten a green light, right? So it's also time where you're being called upon to inspire others. How do you show up in your life? So this month offers you opportunities to show up for other people, to support them, to inspire and motivate them to do and be their very best. So I really see the month of September as a month of culmination of all that you've been working with and on in your 3 personal years. So you're at the top of the mountain and you're now situating yourself to traverse down the other side of the mountain and into the energies that are coming up for you in your upcoming 4 or the Master 22/4, depending on your birth date and how it's calculated for you personally, but 4 or the 22/4 personal year that's coming up for you in 2023. And yet, not so fast. Hang on. Hang on to your hat. Because you still have the final 3 months left of 2022. So if you are somewhat sensitive energetically, which I imagine you are if you're listening to a numerology forecast, so you can feel the breeze of the next cycle coming in to greet you. It's kind of like a wave of the new energy kind of mixing and mingling with the energy you're in now and kind of going in and out until it comes in to stay at the in January. So you still have the next several months, the next 3 months, to really play out the highest and best use of your very creative, very buoyant, and self-improvement oriented 3 personal year. So that is your forecast for September. Also, a light heads up here. I have been asked for a while now, probably I don't even want to admit it, for how long I've been asked to offer a numerology certification program. And so I have been working on this fairly diligently for a while now, and this is the level 1, the beginning level of this certification program is rolling out starting in October. So if you are a serious student of numerology and you want to take it to that next level, please go ahead and check out this new certification program. It might be a good fit for you. It might be just what you're looking for. You don't have to want to be a professional numerologist. You can maybe simply want it for your own personal curiosity, or it could be something that you actually use in your work and your private and professional life in other ways. It's a very interesting and valuable tool. I find I have a lot of people who are clients and who take courses from me who use it in all kinds of ways, and they aren't professional numerologists. So, and yet if you do want to be a professional numerologist, this is a great place to start, and it would offer you certification in my way and my way of looking at and dealing with the numbers. So take a look at that and see if it's something that might be a good fit. It's on my website, FeliciaBender.com. So in the meantime, I am looking forward to meeting with you next month to see what October has in store for you. So in the meantime, have a great month, and I will see you back here then.